best friend. I wan share with una wetin I think about this new Davinci or Davinci Resolve 16 wey just come out. Oyinbo people dey call am impression, but me dey talk am say how the matter be for me. Firstly, I go share with una wetin I feel about Davinci Resolve. Davinci Resolve generally na interesting software. E get a whole lot of things, features wey other softwares also get as well. But wetin dey sweet me for this matter concerning Davinci Resolve be say e get all the important tools wey you wan use take edit inside one software. So you no need to travel go another software, go do wetin you wan do, then come back. Everything wey you wan do dey inside this particular Davinci Resolve system. Concerning video editing, concerning color correction, concerning visual effect and motion graphics, concerning even working on your audio sef, everything dey inside. As una see this story so, no be say dem dey pay me o, but as a filmmaker, I feel say wetin una need to know about this software, because I know say from the side wey we come from, say we like free things well well, but no be say you no fit buy the complete one. But I know say me and you know say we like free things, so that's why I dey share this story with you. Concerning other softwares wey dey do video editing and motion graphics, you need to pay for am. But the good thing about this one be say for the entry level, which for the free version, you no need to pay for am, and e still dey packed with so many other features wey you fit use even if you never pay for am. For instance now, if you wan use Adobe Premiere Pro, you go need to buy am first, or dem go give you 30 days trial make you test the product, make you see as e be. But this one, the good thing be say everything wey you need dey gidigba for inside. Just one or two features. I know dey talk say those one or two features no dey important o, but for instance say you no get money take buy Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, this one na ogbonge software wey just good for you, make you take start your video editing, or make you take work on your audio, or make you take do color correction. As una know, you know how much Red Giant dey cost to buy their color correction pack. As una know, you know as Adobe Premiere Pro be to do subscription for 1 month, or even do general subscription for annual year. As una already know, one of the good thing about this software be say you no need to buy the software first. So you fit dey use the free version. The free version no get the time limit. Say okay, after 30 days you no fit use am again. No, e no be like that. You fit still dey use am dey go. So when your pocket don full, you fit buy the complete version. So the story wey I dey bring come for una be say for those of una wey just dey enter filmmaking, or una just wan dey do skits for YouTube or Instagram, and una dey look for better professional software wey go help una do una work well, una no go pay 1 naira. Davinci Resolve 16 na one software like that wey una fit use. Me, I just start to dey use am. So the interesting thing about the thing be say if you be previous video editor, e dey easier for you to understand am. But if you just dey come, not fear. If you need any assistance concerning how to use am, I dey available. I fit tell una step by step. So if una dey interested on knowing some basic things as I dey talk am so for Davinci Resolve, una wan make I dey explain am, dey tell una fit click on the subscribe button, then also click on the bell wey dey there, so that when I drop another video, una go see am. This software initially dem know am for color correction and for editing, but later on they come improve and increase the software ability to carry other things put for inside, like motion graphics and video editing, which they call, for motion graphics they call am fusion, while for audio they call am fairlight. Unlike the free version, the studio version wey you dey pay for, the difference between am and the one wey be free be say for resolutions around ultra high definition and frame rates wey dey higher than 60 frames, you no go fit do am for the free version. But if na for the studio version, which is the one wey you go pay for, you fit do ultra high definition for am. I know say most people, when I dey direct this thing to, na for people wey just dey start editing and video editing, they no even know anything about video editing. So I don't think say make dem bother themselves about ultra high definition visual at the moment. Other aspect for the program be say when OC dey affected if you no buy the complete version, your external graphics processors no go work. That's wetin we dey call GPU. So if you get other multiple GPUs wey you wan use take render, e no go fit work for am. But that no mean say the normal editing wey you wan do for the free one no go work well. Then another thing be say face tracking and lens flare no go also dey, video noise reduction no go also dey, motion blur no go dey, but other blurring technique dey there. Then the other one wey they call HDR for color grading, high dynamic range, no go also dey there. The studio edition for this new one wey just come out, the Resolve 16, contain machine learning unlike the previous versions. Initially, Davinci Resolve, when they start for 2009, na only 100 users dey on top of this software. But as we dey speak now, as at 2019, they don get 2 million users for the free version. So you now see say this software na something when each and every one of us need to jump on to be part of, because in the world of editing, everything don dey change. You gats look for ways make you take do your work sharp wey e no go delay you. And the good thing about the software, no be say me I dey use Adobe Premiere Pro well, but the good thing wey I like about this software be say the export time, but e be like say you dey use Final Cut Pro. I no dey beef Adobe Premiere Pro, but you know as Final Cut Pro dey fast for Mac, when you the same work when you do for Adobe, you carry am go Final Cut, you see as e go dey run like say person dey pursue am. Na the same thing for Davinci Resolve. Davinci Resolve exporting time dey very wonderful. After you don apply plenty color correction, you don put this, you don put that, you don arrange your nodes, you get wetin dem call nodes and all that. But as subsequently as we dey do this video, I go dey share some matter about Davinci Resolve. Until I come una way next time, my name still remain the boss Fred. See you, bye bye.